Okay, let's unpack this. When you think of booming global markets, what first springs to mind? Cutting-edge tech, maybe artificial intelligence. But what if I told you one of the most surprising growth stories right now is happening in goat milk powder? Sounds incredibly niche, doesn't it? Well, today we're diving into a comprehensive market report that reveals a truly dynamic and unexpected tale of global expansion and shifting consumer habits.
And what's particularly insightful about this source material is that it's not just a fleeting snapshot. It's a detailed forecast projecting trends all the way out to 2033.
2033, wow.
Exactly. This gives us a unique long-term perspective on a market many might not even realize exists on such a scale. Our mission for this deep dive is to extract the most important nuggets from this detailed report, helping you understand the genuine drivers behind what's really happening globally with goat milk powder. We're going beyond the surface to, connect the dots.
So, get ready to be well-informed on a topic that's far more complex and interesting than you might have imagined, complete with some truly eye-opening trends. Let's kick off with the global picture, because the sheer scale of this growth is remarkable. The market isn't just growing steadily, it's projected to more than double from its 2021 value of around, $3.5 billion
That's right, $3.5 billion.
to nearly $9.5 billion by 2033. That's a consistent compound annual growth rate, or CAGR, which essentially tells us the average annual growth rate over that period of almost 8.5%. That's a strong, sustained upward trajectory.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, this kind of robust, consistent growth spanning over a decade is significant. It signals much more than a temporary fad. It points to powerful underlying demand and a fundamental shift in global consumer preferences.
So it's really sticking.
It looks like it. We're seeing goat milk powder move from what might have been considered, a specialty item to a mainstream commodity in various sectors, truly demonstrating a sustained market expansion. It's not just about a few early adopters anymore, it's widespread adoption.
So a clear, accelerating global trend. Now let's zoom in on the different regions, because this is where the story gets really compelling as we uncover some distinct and often surprising patterns in where this growth is concentrated. First up, North America. This region represents, a solid foundation for the market. It was valued at just over $1 billion in 2021.
$1 billion, yeah.
And it's projected to more than double to over $2.5 billion by 2033, maintaining a strong average annual growth rate of nearly 8%.
And what's fascinating here is that while the United States remains the powerhouse, definitely dominating the North American market, and projected to surpass $2 billion by 2033.
$2 billion just in the U.S.?
Just in the U.S. But we're also seeing remarkably strong expansion in Canada and Mexico. Canada, in particular, is showing an even faster growth rate, actually, expanding its market to over $340 million by 2033, while Mexico is set to reach nearly $190 million. So this isn't just one large economy driving the numbers, it's a broad regional adoption, often fueled by an increasing awareness of, say, the digestive benefits of goat milk, and its growing presence in specialized infant formulas and health supplements across the continent.
Right, that makes sense. Okay, moving across the Atlantic, Europe presents another significant market with consistent growth. Starting around $670 million in 2021, it's predicted to grow to nearly $1.7 billion by 2033, with an average annual growth of almost 8%. Pretty similar to North America's rate.
Right, but this raises an important question. Are all European countries growing equally?
Not quite, and this is where it gets interesting. We see solid, substantial growth in major economies like Germany and France. Both markets projected to exceed, $220 million by 2033?
Italy also shows significant expansion. But what truly stands out is the rest of Europe category. That actually shows the highest growth in the region, more than tripling its market size to nearly $500 million by 2033.
$500 million just in the rest of Europe.
Exactly. This indicates a widespread adoption and burgeoning demand far beyond just the traditional economic powerhouses. It points to a broader trend across smaller or emerging European markets, perhaps driven by changing dietary preferences and a greater openness to alternative dairy products.
And it's that widespread participation that's key, I suppose. Beyond those major players, the report highlights impressive widespread growth across Europe. Countries like the UK and Russia are each projected to add over $170 million to the market by 2033, while Spain, Sweden, Denmark, Switzerland, and even Luxembourg are all contributing to this robust European expansion, many seeing strong percentage increases that highlight the broad appeal of goat milk powder.
It really underscores that widespread acceptance.
Now to Asia Pacific, which already holds the crown as the largest regional market. valued at over $1.4 billion back in 2021.
Already the biggest, yeah.
It's forecasted to soar to nearly $3.9 billion by 2033, boasting an impressive average annual growth rate approaching 9%. It's undoubtedly a core driver of the global market.
And what's truly fascinating here is China's continued leadership, projected to reach over $1.1 billion by 2033.
Over a billion just in China.
Yep. Japan also shows significant expansion, nearing $750 million. But the real standout and arguably the most dynamic story within Asia-Pacific is India.
India, okay.
It's experiencing the fastest regional growth, projected to nearly triple its market size from 2021, reaching almost $580 million about 2033 with an exceptional growth rate of almost 9.7%.
Wow, nearly 10% growth rate there.
It signifies a huge surge in demand within a massive population, likely propelled by factors like, rapidly increasing disposable incomes, a growing urban middle class, heightened health awareness, and a rising preference for natural and easily digestible nutritional products, particularly in infant nutrition. This is a powerful combination of demographic and economic shifts happening right there.
Absolutely, and it's not just those giants, right? The growth is broadly distributed across the region. South Korea is projected for significant expansion, as are Singapore, Australia, Southeast Asia as a collective, and Taiwan. The sheer scale and widespread participation across Asia-Pacific just underscore its critical role in this global market.
No question about it, it's central.
Okay, let's turn our attention south now to South America. The goat milk powder market here was around $240 million in 2021, but it's set to nearly triple to over $700 million by 2033, reflecting an impressive average annual growth rate of almost 9.5%, another region experiencing truly explosive expansion.
It really is. And if we connect this to the regional dynamics, Brazil is a significant contributor, no doubt. Strong growth projected there, reaching over $218 million. But what's particularly striking is Argentina.
Argentina again.
Yeah, it's leading the region with the fastest growth, projected to triple its market size to over $100 million by 2033, with an incredible annual growth rate close to 10%.
Almost 10%.
Exactly. And moreover, the rest of South America category also sees very rapid growth, surging to over $275 million. This suggests a broadening consumer base across the continent, likely driven by a combination of increasing health consciousness, the perception of goat milk as a premium, healthier alternative, and its integration into a wider array of product applications, from functional foods to specialized diets.
And we also see healthy increases from countries like Colombia, Peru, and Chile, all contributing to this continent-wide upswing, indicating a robust and diverse market down there.
Definitely diverse growth.
Okay, next, the Middle East market. Well, starting from a smaller base, maybe around $135 million in 2021, it's forecasted to more than double to over $310 million by 2033, with a steady average annual growth rate of 7%.
Steady, but still significant doubling. And this raises an important question. What exactly is driving this growth in the Middle East? Saudi Arabia is the largest market here, projected to reach nearly $100 million by 2033. However, the UAE shows an even stronger growth rate, expanding its market to almost $34 million by 2033. This could point to diverse factors, perhaps a rising demand for specialized infant formulas like we've seen elsewhere, or maybe an increasing interest in health and wellness trends that favor alternative dairy options across different income brackets. The varied growth rates certainly highlight different market maturity levels and consumer priorities within the region.
Yeah, that makes sense. And rounding out the Middle East, we see significant contributions from Turkey, Egypt, and Qatar, along with a substantial rest of the Middle East category, all demonstrating consistent, albeit varied, growth across this dynamic region.
A complex picture there, too.
And now for what might be the biggest surprise, and where the story gets truly compelling: Africa. This region is not just growing, it's expanding at the fastest pace globally.
This is the big one.
From a base of around $75 million in 2021, it's expected to nearly quadruple to over $275 million by 2033, showcasing a remarkable average annual growth rate of over 12%.
12%. What's genuinely fascinating here is the sheer velocity of this expansion across the continent. Both Nigeria and South Africa are significant contributors, with both markets projected to surpass $49 million and $85 million respectively by 2033, each growing at over an 11.6% annual rate.
So it's huge rates.
Absolutely. But the rest of Africa category is truly leading the charge, demonstrating the strongest expansion at an extraordinary 12.3% average annual growth rate. climbing from $37 million in 2021 to over $140 million by 2033.
Wow, over 140 million from the rest of Africa.
It suggests a rapidly emerging market and growing demand from a diverse array of countries across the continent, often linked to rising middle-class populations, increased urbanization, and a burgeoning awareness of the nutritional benefits of goat milk, particularly for children and those with dietary sensitivities. It's a clear signal that this product is meeting an unmet need or perhaps a newly recognized benefit across a vast and diverse population, representing, immense future potential.
So we've journeyed through the numbers and trends from around the globe. What does this all mean for someone trying to grasp the big picture of the goat milk powder market?
Well, if we connect all these dots, the report clearly indicates a robust and widespread growth trajectory for goat milk powder globally. It's undeniable.
Right.
The most striking takeaway is undoubtedly Africa's emergence as the fastest-growing region, signaling profound shifts in consumer demand there,
Definitely the headline growth rate.
for sure. Closely following are the already substantial Asia-Pacific market, with India as a powerful accelerator, and South America showing that dramatic increase in adoption. This isn't just a niche product anymore. It's clearly a globally recognized and rapidly expanding commodity. It's reshaping parts of the dairy nutritional landscape.
Yeah.
And what's also notable is the underlying theme across many regions: a growing consumer preference for perceived health benefits, digestibility, and often a premium product that aligns with evolving wellness trends.
From North America's stable yet substantial growth to Africa's explosive rise, the goat milk powder market is undeniably more dynamic and influential than many might assume. It's a powerful example of how seemingly specialized markets can actually be incredibly sensitive barometers for significant global shifts. Shifts in consumer demand, health consciousness, and even economic development. It truly makes you wonder what other hidden markets are quietly booming behind the scenes, reflecting deeper societal changes.
It does. And this raises an important question for you to consider. Given these robust and widespread growth figures, what long-term ripple effects might we see? How might this sustained demand for goat milk powder influence broader agricultural practices, for example? Or spark new innovations in the dairy or nutritional supplement industries? Or even shift international trade relationships as producers scramble to meet this escalating global appetite? Think about the unexpected connections and opportunities this growth could unlock in the years to come.